Hey, it's Hugo with Theme to Develop. Today I'm going to be talking about my most recent purchase, and I have to grab it because it's heavy, is this Speed Graphic 4x5 film camera. It's very cool, it's very heavy. It's really neat. Here's some ground glass action, pulls up. It's very neat. The whole reason I purchased this camera is because of the Lomography 4x5 Instant Back. The crazy thing about that is I'm so excited for this product to come out. If you'd watch some of my other YouTube videos, you know that I do have the original really desired Bel Air back, which is really cool. I want to be talking about the differences between this back and the recent back, why you should pick up this thing. I'm going to put it at the beginning of the video, why you should pick up this 4x5 back, and just some different cameras I'm going to be showing you that take this format. So stay tuned, stick around, it's going to be a really fun video. So if you don't know what 4x5 is, it's basically this size film format. I do have some comparisons. So the 4x5, this one, the new film back by Lomography will take Instax wide. This was taken on my Goose, and it'll probably expose about this much of the image there. So if you were to do, there you go, portraits, landscapes, it'll take about this much. Like I was saying, I do have the Instax wide back. And if you haven't been on my YouTube or checked it out recently or watched it just by this video, I do have it converted for my Polaroid 600 SE, and I do have it for my Polaroid Mini Portrait, which is one of my favorite cameras of all time. So here it is. It's really cool. It's a really straightforward thing. And if you haven't seen it from the videos, here it is, the little Lomography Bel Air back. It's really straightforward. All you do is hand crank the images, and then the image gets spit out. It's really straightforward. I did have to pay to get it converted, and yeah, it's really straightforward. I'll leave links down to the videos where I have talking about this camera or this film back specifically with these other cameras. So why does the Lomography Bel Air or the Lomography 4x5 back matter? Well, first things first, it'll fit naturally any 4x5 film format camera that has the Graph-Lock back or just the Graph-Flex back. So it's going to be these here. Not always, if you have the silver, it'll fit, but on this one, it does have the little thing where if you pop it out, let's see if I can get it on the first try. There we go. So if you pop it out, oh, there you go. So there's the ground glass, and what you do is just you compose with the ground glass, you make sure your images and adjustments, everything's cool. You know, you compose your image, you should make sure everything's fine. And then when you're done, you lock in everything. You put the Lomography the Lomography 4x5 back here. You expose the image and you pop it up like normal. Some of the differences between this Bel Air back and that is this one does not have a dark slide, while the 4x5 back will actually have a dark slide, which is very cool. So you can transfer it between camera to camera. So obviously I have the Speed Graphic, but let's say I'm feeling jazzy and I want to try something different. So I do have this camera. You've seen my Polaroid Mini Portrait, which is a ridiculous size to start with. So this is the Polaroid 455, which is an even bigger camera. You can see some of the size comparisons. The flash is huge, the lenses are bigger, but it does take 4x5. I do have one of the little sheet film holders there. So since it does have a dark slide, I can transfer it, take some pictures here, some portraits, and then I can swap it to the Speed Graphic, which is really cool. Another difference that I think is really cool is the price point. So I had pre-ordered mine. Unfortunately, it does not come in until April 2021, which is a ways away, but I thought if I pre-order now, one of the first ones, then I'll probably be first on the list to get it. With my Lomography Automat, that's how it was by who had purchased it first and whatnot, but the price point came out to I think about $130. I'll put image of what the price cost. And since these Lomography Bel Air backs had gotten so desirable, they had gotten pretty expensive. I think altogether mine with the conversion and everything came out to like $400 because of how scarce they were and getting the work done to make it fit my Goose. So it was kind of hard to tell people or try to explain to them, like, you know, is it worthwhile to get these pictures on, you know, converted for the Goose or converted for my Mini Portrait? You know, it's kind of hard to justify spending $400 on something But with this new lower price point, I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be really cool, and you know, I'm just really excited to share that with everybody. Also, some of the other differences is that you do get some inconsistencies since you hand crank it. You can see here there's some inconsistencies. It does kind of lead to some greater images in the sense of, like, you know, kind of cool artistic looking thing. Kind of looks like expired FP100C. You get some really cool tones, especially since the film is expired. But I think that's since the new film back is going to be digital, it's just push one button and it spits it out. So you're going to get even consistency, even rollers, distribution, so really better images. So you're going to get really smooth images, and it's going to be a really good selling point. And the last thing is that I'm just glad that I can recommend it to people. This is why I'm making the videos. I want to shine some light on it, because I don't think anybody's currently talking about how great it is or how great it'll be once it comes out. These cameras here, like these 4x5, it gives them whole new life. It gives them all just, you know, a fresh air. I currently don't have any kind of development things for 4x5. I do barely have 35mm development in my little tank there, my little deal. But it does give them a breath of fresh air, considering you can shoot Instax wide, which is not as expensive as Polaroid, much better chemistry, and, you know, much better lenses than any on the market Fujifilm camera, considering. I mean, the Mint RF70 is really good, but that's probably the only exception. With these cameras, you can swap out the lens boards, you can upgrade things, the shutter speed, it goes up to 1/1000th of a second. You have full control over everything. I mean, given the size, you know, it's pretty hefty. It's about 5 pounds, give or take. That's probably the only limitation. Maybe even finding a tripod that's worthwhile. But since this does have a rangefinder, you can adjust and shoot on the go as well. So you can take this as like a paparazzi. Even if you get like the, you know, the flash and stuff, you can get a modern converted flash. You can take this out and shoot Instax wide, and this would be the coolest thing. Kind of reminds me of like the Luis Mendez type of deal. So very, very cool. And to look on to the future, since my Bel Air back wasn't naturally fit for the Polaroid 600 SE, you got to get it converted. I'm assuming you'll see a lot more people manufacturing parts that fit really simply to other cameras. So this 4x5 back could be converted towards the Goose, to the Mamiya RB67. Pretty much, I'm hoping at least, it gets picked up by like the mod people and like the tinkerers, and so you get that whole range of support, so you can see that back slapped on pretty much anything. That's what I'm hoping would happen. It's gonna open up Instax wide to a whole new realm of possibilities. You're gonna see more people shooting really cool things, really cool portraits, landscapes, and you're gonna see a lot more people pulling out their 4x5s, dusting them off, because it's instant. You can even use it as proofs. I can't say enough good things about this, and I'm really excited about this camera as well. So I don't think I said the price point on what I paid for this. Obviously this one's pretty beat up. You can see that the viewfinder has a crack in it. Just overall wear and tear. But I ended up paying $120 for this camera, which I think is a ridiculously good deal considering it works. It's really neat, and now that the Instax wideback's coming out, it's another camera that I can put in my arsenal. Plus, I mean, this thing just looks cool. You know, if you put it on a tripod, take somebody's picture, they're instantly engaged, they're instantly fascinated. They want to know the process. You can show it and break it down to them. You know, you can put the little thing when the ground glass is on to compose. So it's just the coolest of the cool. I'm, you know, really grateful that Lomography put this out. I've already pre-ordered mine. I'm even thinking about buying another one just to have as a backup if this first one goes sour from how much I'll probably use it. So I just wanted to shine some light on it. I do have projects going on always, like the 6.7 back on my mini portrait. I'm shooting 110 film, 35mm. I'm getting some scans back, so I'll be showing some of the things. But overall, in general, I am just beyond belief stoked of this new development by Lomography, and I just want to shine some light on it to my audience so they can plan accordingly if they wanted to get into it themselves. So that's pretty much it. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram, Aim Shoot Develop, by the same name as the YouTube channel. It's really cool. You can shoot me a DM. We can talk cameras. If you have questions about 4x5 or any of the other cameras that I'd shown, feel free to reach out. I'm more than welcome to help you guys out with that and with your journey photography wise. So I'm not the best photographer, but I'm pretty good at finding out questions or answers to your questions, or I can find the right people to get those things to you. So really cool. That's pretty much it. Keep shooting film. Take care.